All right, what's going on, guys? Happy Saturday. Well, we've got a 4-game slate, so a little tiny slate, but we got college football. So I'm going to give you best bets for both. We're going to start with the NBA breakdown, talk about yesterday's results. Good day. You guys can use the timestamps down below to navigate wherever you want in the video. But before you do that, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Tell you what, we get 5 comments, I'll drop some parlays. So comment down below. Anything will work. All right, let's get into the recap from yesterday. Like I said, good day in the NBA. We went 5-2. I thought we were going to go 6-1, but overtime got us. Goga Batadze over 7.5 rebounds. I said it was going to be easy, and it was very easy. So that was a nice little cash. Paul George over 4.5 rebounds. Wasn't looking great in the first half, but picked it up in the second half. Cash for us there. Tatum under 14.5 rebounds, assists. We had this, but it went into overtime, and he got it. Ayton over 9.5 rebounds. Bad read on my part. That one became a blowout much quicker than I thought. So that one stood no chance. Had it just been halfway competitive, he hits this. He was sitting at, I want to say 6 at like halftime. So it is what it is. Steph Curry under 4.5 rebounds. What an absolute blowout by Cleveland. Curry only played like 24 minutes, so I think he got 1 rebound. James Harden under 32.5 points plus assists. Cash that. Jordan Poole under 6.5 assists. I'm not sure what the final number was, but last I looked, it was deep in the fourth quarter, and he was at 1. So cash that. Nice 5-2 day. Let's talk a little bit about the actual games we got going on today. So 4 games today. First one, Jazz and the Spurs. Jazz are just absolutely terrible. Spurs at home. Spurs minus 6.5. Easy play here. There's no way this stays at 6.5. This will probably end up jumping to somewhere between 7.5, 8.5. I had to guess by closing time. Next game, Bulls and the Hawks. If I had to pick a winner here, it's going to be the Bulls. I like the over 238.5. It is a high number, but you've got to remember the Hawks do not play defense. So 238.5 would be my favorite play in that game. Next one, Nets and the Cavaliers. I mean, I said it yesterday. I can't bet against the Cavs. They're just looking too damn good. That said, the Nets play pretty good defense. I like the under in this one. I like the under 224.5. 13 is just a little too much juice for me, but I mean, 10-0, right? But it also played yesterday, so there's going to be a back-to-back for them. Like I said, I would lean more towards the under 224.5 in this one, actually, or maybe look at a Brooklyn Nets team total under 224.5 under. That's my play. All right, last game, Raptors and the Clippers. Clippers played yesterday, so back-to-back for them as well. I like the Raptors, plus 6.5. That would be my favorite play in this contest. So that's a recap of the games. Let's get to the money. Let's get to the juice of the day. Let's talk about our best bets here. So I like this. A decent amount of bets for a 4-game slate, but I saw a lot of value in these plays. These will jump, so hopefully you're watching this early. Jalen Johnson over 13.5 rebounds plus assist. He had 10 last night versus Detroit, but he had 14 plus in the previous 6 games. The only thing that does make me nervous is Chicago is not giving up a ton of rebounds and assists to his position. So a little bit scary, but he's been shredding this line. So I'm going to bet him to go over. Dennis Schroeder under 9.5 rebounds and assists. He's under in his last 3 games. Cleveland, 3rd best in rebounds allowed to point guards, 6th best in assists allowed to point guards. Blowout potential high at minus 13. So we're going to take an under in that one. Next one, James Harden over 9.5 assists. This is a system play for me. He is under in the previous 4 games. There's just great value here. It's minus 120 on BetMGM. However, minus 169 on Underdog, minus 151 on Sleeper, and minus 140 on FanDuel. So not necessarily saying that I feel super confident he's going to hit it. I think it's just good value and a system play. Walker Kessler under 10.5 points plus assist. This guy doesn't get assist whatsoever. He did hit this line kind of earlier in the year, but his minutes have gone down. He's playing somewhere between 22, 24 minutes. I can see the Spurs potentially blowing them out at home. So I like this under. I want to say he had 6 points in his last game. So good value there. Zubac under 17.5 points. A little scary, but he is under in his last 4 games. That said, They do give up Raptors do give up a decent amount of points to the center position, but I like this play under 17.5 points. If you do want to play a Zubac play, his rebound line's pretty high. I would say take his PRA line if you want to play him tonight. This play I really love. This is crazy good value. Clint Capella under 1.5 steals and blocks. This guy has had 1 steal/block combined in his last 6 games. So, you know what? If he beats us, so be it. But there's just too good of historical stats there to not take him. I had it tonight, cashed with ease. So I'm going right back to it. I should say tonight, but I had it yesterday. All right, Donovan Mitchell over 3.5 rebounds. A little scary because there is some blowout potential here, but this line's too low. This is usually 4.5, so we're getting a good value here at -136. Another system play. This is -154 on Caesars, -191 on Underdog, -169 on Sleeper, -155 on BetMGM. BetMGM, good value book. So if you're getting 155 on BetMGM, I'm going to take that all day. So those are my 7 favorite NBA plays today. Let's talk a little bit about college football. So I'm excited for the old college football today. I like these lines. I think there's good value in all these. A little trimmer. If you're going to parlay these, I'd trim them down a little bit. Florida, Texas over 47.5. Florida's not a great offense. Texas has a really good offense. It's a tight line, I'm not going to lie, but I do like this over 47.5. If you're a little edgy about taking that, maybe just look at Texas team total over. Next one, Marshall -12.5 versus Southern Miss. Big mismatch in my opinion. Marshall should win this by at least 2 touchdowns. Oregon State -2.5. I wish. Oh yeah. Okay. So it is Oregon State. God, I was jumping ahead. Oregon State -2.5 at home versus San Jose State. Again, bit of a mismatch in my opinion. I think it ends up being probably 6. So I'll take that at -2.5. Oregon -23.5 at home versus Maryland. Maryland's going to have to travel cross country. We've just seen Oregon get better and better at home each week. So -23.5 going up against a pretty weak Maryland team. I will take that. Next game, UTEP versus Kennesaw State. So this is when we start to get into these next 2 are kind of the weekday games. So UTEP, a little sporadic, but Kennesaw State is just an absolute crap team. I mean, they've been playing pretty decent defense, but I think UTEP should hammer them. James Madison University -14.5 versus Georgia State. This is a line I wish was at 13.5. So if you're on a book where you can bump it down, might be worth just taking the point of juice here versus Georgia State. And then last one, Iowa State versus Kansas. I like Iowa State -2.5. Even though they're playing Kansas at their stadium, I still like Iowa State -2.5. So that is going to do it for me. Those are 7 college best bets, 7 NBA best bets. Let's go have a day. And like I said, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, and I'll catch you in the next video.